today we're going to be talking about these mistakes, those things that's keeping your kids from running faster. I know you probably heard me on Instagram talk about this a lot, probably been on YouTube and found me to talk about these things. But today I'm going to deep dive a little bit more into this for you guys and give you some specific examples of things that you can do to fix these things. Okay. All right. And if you guys have purchased the Speed to Dominate program, you guys have some more great things in there that can help them with this thing. Okay. So, like I always say, there's 4 simple things that keep your kids from running faster. These 4 things I love to call the 4 ingredients of speed. And these 4 things, once they start learning how to do this, guys, they will start running faster. Now, the misconception is that you think that your kids need to be running wind sprints or lifting heavy weights or using a speed kit. What all they have to really do is learn how to run properly. Now, if you have kids here, put them in front of the screen. We're going to be doing some things. So bring your kids in, put them in front of the screen. We're going to be doing some things. All right. Now, I also wanted you to make sure that you were able to get your kids to run 50 meters and time them, because we're going to time them now, and then we're going to time them after the 3 days are over, or at the end of the 3rd day, so we can see what improvements they made. If they are doing the things correctly, they should make some improvements. Of course, we'd love to get them up to a second faster, but a second or any part thereof is very, very good. Even if it's 1/10 of a second, it's very, very good, because that means we're on the right path, and then they're going to be able to do it faster. Okay. Now there might be some human error in there, but it's okay. All right. So anyway, there's 4 things. All right. 4 mistakes the kids are making. We're going to fix these things right here. Mistake number 1 is the arm swing. Now, most kids, when they run, their arms cross their body like this. And when they do that, their shoulders start to turn, and then they start to step out. Now, that's problematic. Why? Because when they start to step out, they're not taking the shortest path possible to the destination that they're going. So what we got to do is we got to fix that. We got to fix that. All right. So here's what we got to do. Instead of them crossing their body, now a little cross is fine. A little cross is fine. Instead of crossing their body, what we need to do is get the arms on the same side of the body, fingertips to the eye socket, come down to the hip pocket, and we want to make sure we keep this elbow locked in here. So here to here, make sure we keep that elbow locked. All right. So what we're going to do to work on this is we're going to do some I'm going to do wall. Usually I sit down and do it, but we're going to do some wall arm swings. Okay. So this is what I want you to do specifically to teach them how to run properly. Their arm swing has to be good. Same side of the body, fingertips to the eye socket, down to the hip pocket, keep the elbow locked. So we're going to do some wall arm swings right here on this wall over here. So here we go. I'm going to turn the camera so you guys can see. All right. I'm calling it a wall. It's really a gate. Okay. Really a gate. So this is what we need to do. I want them to stand about a foot away from the wall. Okay. About a foot away from the wall. Now, we don't want them to go very, very fast. We want them to go slow, at a slow pace when they're doing this, because we don't want their arms to smack this wall behind them. All right. I got a wood wall behind me, so I'm going to get some splinters if I smack it too hard. I don't want to be dealing with a splinter over the weekend. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go slow, and we're going to speed up as our brain starts to realize the distance that we have behind us. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the eye socket, come down to the hip pocket, and what we want to do is we want to hammer the wall behind us. This is why we put a wall behind us. We want to hammer this wall behind us. So even when we're running, I'm going to step away for just a second. Even when they're running, we want them to hammer that wall behind them. Okay. So if you have kids in front of the screen right now, get them up on against the wall. Here we go. Okay. Now, this is kind of similar to what we do in the Dominator Nation program that I have, where we get the kids and it's like a remote program. It's a 12-week program. It's an amazing program. So if you're feeling like, hey, I don't know if I can do this, that Dominator Nation program is good for you. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. But for right now, just know that that's the thing that you can do that's going to help you. All right. So what we're going to do, get your kids out in front of a wall or something where they can touch the wall. Okay. A foot away from the wall, about a foot away from the wall. And as they come back, we want to hammer the wall behind them, but not hard. We just want to touch right now. Okay. Just touch. That puts them in the right position to be able to get a good arm swing. Okay. Now I'm a little tight because I lift weights this morning. All right. So that's where we want to be. All right, so I have them working on this. Okay. Now, when we do this, I want to go slow, I want to go medium, and I want to go fast. So we start slow because we want to make sure we know where that wall is because we don't want any injuries. Okay. We want to know where that wall is. So we're going slow. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it slow. Let's do a 10-second count on this. So if you got your kids ready, got them off the wall. Here we go, guys. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So we're going to go fingertips to the eye socket down to the hip pocket. And here we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Stay up tall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. The next thing, the second mistake is body position. All right, 2 and 3 kind of go together. So we're going to kind of mix these. So kind of pay special attention to what I'm talking about here. So number 2 is the body position. Now, most kids, when they run, they're leaning forward the entire time that they run, okay? And when they lean forward the entire time, they're not able to cover enough ground because their legs can't get up, all right? Now, that moves us to number 3, where we're talking about the knee drive, getting the knees up, all right? Just want to put that out there so you guys can understand, know where we're going with that, all right? So number 2, I'm sorry, is we're down here and we're running and we're trying to go faster and we just got this lean, the forward lean, which helps us when we first start. But then once we get up when we get up to speed, we can only go to a certain amount of speed because we don't have enough length on our stride to cover more ground. And we got to be able to do that. In order to be able to do that, we got to stand up. Okay. So we got to get them to stand up tall. So stand up tall, get those knees up so we can cover more ground and use less effort. So again, that moves us into number 3. All right. So as you continue to hear me move it, continue to hear me talk about getting the knee up and getting it out in front of us, just know that's the third mistake most kids make. Their knees are not coming up high enough. Okay. And the reason why they're not doing that is because number 2, they're down here like this. Okay. So we don't want them down here like this, like trying to get up, trying to catch people. If they think if I do this, I can go faster. And really, you're not. You're slowing yourself down. You're not using your full speed capability, if I should say it like that. All right. You're capable of going faster if you bring your knees up and cover more ground. So again, that's number 3. So we're going to mix 2 and 3 together because they work so well together. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a series of drills that's going to help us with staying up tall, 1, getting the correct posture, and 2, getting our knees up, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do these hands on our hips. We're going to do form marches, okay? And then you probably have guessed it. After we do this, we're going to do a form walk, okay? And I'm going to throw an extra one in here for you guys, all right? So number 1 is the form march, all right? So we're going to put our hands on our hips, all right? Put our hands on our hips. And what we're going to do is we're going to march with our knees up. And we want to dorsiflex the foot. What does dorsiflex mean? It means that we're going to have a flat foot. We're going to put our toes to the sky, all right? We don't want to have a toe pointed down, okay? It's not marching band, all right? We want to have a flat foot with our toes to the sky. And as we strike the ground, we're going to talk about that next. We're going to strike on the ball of our foot. We're going to talk about that next. But what we want to do, we want to do the same thing. I'm going to do slow, medium, fast here. So if you got kids, have them stand up, do this with me. We're going to go slow, medium, and then fast, all right? All right. When you're doing this, when you take this and you do this in your regular routine, I want you to take it and I want you to walk at least 10 to 15 yards, okay? Hands on the hip. I want you to walk 10 to 15 yards, okay? All right? So, I'm sorry. You can do, that's next. I'm sorry, next. Right now, I'm sorry, my mistake. We're going to go march, just march, okay? March in place. All right, hands on the hip, march in place. Ready, and go slow. We're going to do 10. Ready, and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, turn to the side, 4, 6, I'm sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, cool. So that's where we're at. All right. There's a wasp flying around, so make sure don't mind me if I'm swatting or something. All right, so we're gonna do that. That's slow. We're gonna go medium now. Hands on the hip. Stay up tall. Get a big chest. Tuck the chin. Get up on your toes. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. Now we're gonna do that fast. All right, then we're gonna move to the next one. Okay, so we're gonna do that fast. Now, here's where you're gonna start seeing the kids. Their knees are gonna probably drop because they're gonna try to go faster, or they might start leaning forward, to try to get their foot down faster. We don't want to rock. We're gonna stay up tall. That's one of the reasons why we would to strengthen the core up. All right, do some sit-ups and stuff, okay? So stay up tall, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna march this thing out, and we're gonna go fast, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good. Now, consequently, I was in the marching band, so that's probably why I can lift my knees up that fast. Okay, anyway, so that's our progression. Okay, now let's talk about the last thing, the foot placement. Now, most kids when they start running, they land flat-footed. All right, let me show you. They land flat-footed, or they'll land on their heels. That's problematic for 2 reasons. One, it can cause injuries to the ankle, to the knees, to the hips. The second reason is that because of this thing called ground reaction force. Ground reaction force simply means whatever force I give the ground's going to give me that same force back in the opposite direction. So literally, as I take a step, put force that way, ground's going to be forced back, literally bouncing up. Put force to the ground like this on my heels, put force to the ground this way, ground's going to be forced back into my body. That's literally putting on the brakes. We don't want to do that, all right? So what we got to do is get them up on the ball of their foot. Now we're going to incorporate what we're going to do into what we just did, that. So I'm going to show you how that's going to mesh together. But for right now, I want us to work on just getting up on the toes, because to do this, what we need to do is we need to get up on the ball of our foot, and we need to put force into the ground. So based on the rule that we said, to get faster, we got to put more force into the ground, right? So we're going to put force, we call it force application, force into the ground going in the opposite direction of where we actually want to go. So if we want to go forward, we need to put force in the ground going this way, right? Instead of going down or that way, right? So in order to do that, we're going to come around, we're going to push the ground away. We're going to put force into the ground, and we're going to push the ground away, all right? I am letting people in, okay? All right. All right. Okay, so we got to put force to the ground. So we're going to come around and we're going to push the ground away. All right. So I'm going to show you 2 good drills. All right. For this. All right. 2 good drills for this. Number 1 is a simple toe walk. They can do this in the backyard. This is going to get them used to getting on the toes and feeling their body weight on their toes. And the high knees that we did will do the exact same thing, okay? So we're going to go back through that. Not going to do too much of them, but we're going to go back through it, all right? So the first thing is toe walks. So literally, I'm going to step back here. You guys are going to see me get up on my toes, and we're literally just going to walk on the toes, okay? And we're going to do that, again, 10 to 15 yards, walk down, walk back, walk down, walk back, walk down, walk back. For purposes of time, we're going to do it just twice while we're here, okay? So let's go. Down, get up on the toe. We're gonna walk down on the toe. Walk on the toe. As they get done, turn around. We're gonna walk back normally. Walk back normally. Okay? That's 1. If we're gonna come back up on the toe, we're gonna walk on the toes again. Don't let them touch the heels. All right? Done. We're gonna walk back normally. Okay? So if you got kids at home, have them get up right now and do it. Even if they're in the living room. Walk across the living room, On the toe, feel what it feels like. Done, walk back normal. Okay? Walk back normal. As simple as that. It's the teaching progression. Okay? That's going to help them feel what it feels like to get on their toes and feel their body weight. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the high knees to that. Why? Because now they're going to feel with their body weight going back. Remember, I want them to land on the ball with their foot. We're going to put force into the ground. Okay. So as we're doing this, we want to put force into the ground. So come down. All right. That's going to simulate us putting force in the ground, pushing ourselves forward. Okay. So let's do it. Here, high knees. I'm going to do a few of them. The kids can do this with me. I'm going to sit started right now. Ready and go. So yeah, put force into the ground. All right. Making sure that my arms are still hammering the wall behind me, the imaginary wall behind me. Okay. Making sure the knees come up. Making sure that I'm hammering the wall, the imaginary wall behind me. And I'm also still putting force into the ground, okay, with my feet. All right. What's the full walkthrough of everything that you need to do to fix those 4 things? You start working on those drills, guys, you'll be able to get them to start running properly. Then you're going to start seeing the speed improve. Just from doing that, have them look, you'll start seeing them look better. Do those things, drill them at least 3 times a week.